On Monday, you all were able to set such a great defensive tone. Is there anything that you all wanted to see as a coaching staff done a little bit better tonight at the outset of this game?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job of being resilient. They started off, excuse me, they started off pretty good, and I felt like we were a little bit sluggish, and we made that adjustment, later in the first quarter, and then also like to start the second quarter and to finish the game. I thought the energy was there, but we just started off sluggish.
You all seem to kind of do enough offensively. You have great offensive balance. What did you notice about the way that the ball kind of moved and guys were able to make plays off of each other?
Yeah, when we made the simple plays just by getting off it early, or when it was two defenders on the ball, we did a good job of getting off of it. Every time that we did that, we ended up getting good shots. Even the ones that didn't go in were good looks.
What do you make of the way Chet has been able to protect the rim? And it seems like he doesn't even necessarily have to have full extension just to block shots.
Yeah, he's pretty big. He's pretty long out there on the court, and he does a great job of just kind of like sniffing out that help side and being at the rim. And he doesn't shy away from it. That's something that we try to encourage all of our guys to either be there to do a verticality, block the shot, or even take a charge. And I thought Chet did a great job of that in these past two games.
Oos had a nice bounce back game, but beyond just like the numbers and results, like what are some of the things that you're looking for him to improve upon this summer?
I thought he did a good job today of just playing hard. I think, as a team, we didn't do a good job to getting off to a great start, and I think I got to do a better job of making sure we're ready to come out. But, like, once we, got through the first quarter, I thought he did a great job of playing hard, and, he did a good job of setting the tone as well, too, and the other guys kind of, like, fed off of that as well, too. So, with Oos, it's just a matter of playing hard on both ends of the floor, playing with force, and he had some plays where he was playing with force, getting downhill offensively, and then also, putting his body in pick and roll situations and in one-on-one situations on the defensive end.
And same thing with Tre now entering his third year. Like, what are some of the things he can work on this summer by being here?
He's another guy I thought that has had a good off season, just staying in OKC and working. He did a great job of just playing hard. Like, he set the tone as well too. And what I mean by that is just like how aggressive these guys are on the defensive end. So like with Oos, I just mentioned set the tone. Like, he was putting his body there and chesting. Same thing with Tre. He was picking up full court, and I know he made some tough shots. So it's just a matter for both those guys to continue to keep developing and just working on the smaller things on the defensive end and the offensive end as well too.
We've seen Tre go to that side step three, kind of step back. It seems like he's gone a little bit more to just the pull-up three. Is that a part of his game that he's kind of testing out as well?
Yeah, with Tre, he's very skilled off the ball and on the ball. So that's something where he has a big package where he can, shoot off the dribble off a side step, or he can take one or two dribbles and get to a shot. So that's something that he's been working on. He's continuing to develop in that area.
You all were able to really set a tone from the outset. What did you all need to get to a little bit better at the beginning of this game to be able to set that kind of tone? Are you starting to recognize when you got it on that end and when some things have slipped?
Yeah, I feel like we came out sloppy, slow. They came out, ready to hit first. They were more aggressive. They were more physical. Defensively, we were not in our low spots, so they were getting easy layups, like they were just catching it in the post, and then nobody was there for the help. So that led to, them feeling like they were the stronger, more competitive team, and then shots started going in, offensive rebounds, and then everything just went their way. So it was from the jump. We just came out slow and soft.
You guys did get back into it, though. It's kind of the inverse of the other night where you all had a lead and then kind of had to defend it. You guys were able to charge back and force them to be on their heels. What was working right in those times of the game?
We woke up a little bit, and we started playing hard, started playing together. And then, we were able to get stops, and then we were out in transition. We're a really good team in transition, and you got to get stops to do that. So started with stops and then transition.
We've seen so many physical attacks from you downhill to the rim here in this summer league. Can you maybe explain what your off-season regimen has been like in terms of getting your body where it is, being able to be explosive, in addition to taking kind of the beating that you've been taking sometimes as you attack the rim?
I'm not even gonna lie. I haven't did any. This year is actually the opposite of last year. Last year, summer, I was working on, getting my body, bigger, stronger. This year, I felt like at the end of the year, I felt best at around 184. So I'm trying to stay around that weight. But I haven't did any driving. Everything I did this summer has been catching and shooting. So it's kind of crazy that I'm, getting most of my points in the paint. But
Basketball players just got to focus on being a basketball player, I guess.
facts, the game won't come.
Speaking of the catching and shooting, I've also seen a lot of pull-up threes. We've seen you do the step backs, but it seems like a few more of just sort of the dribbling into threes on the wing. Is that something that you continue to work on and feel can be important to you?
Yeah, just trying to find, the best shots. The first option is catching and shooting, and then they're playing me too tight and it's a screen. I try to find those. If the big is too far back, try to find those stepping into it. And then, trying to cut the step backs out a little bit. Doing them when I have to, late clock or something like that. So just trying to find the best shots, and I feel like it'll help my percentage for the season. So,
how wild is it that on that baseline block that Chet had, he didn't even have to have full extension with his arms to block that shot?
That block was crazy. Like, anybody else they dunked on because, like, Chet jumped so late and the guy was already, like, all the way at his peak, and Chet still blocked it. It's just crazy. Anybody else dunked on in that position, though.
What have you seen from J. Will this summer? He just seems to, he was already physical, but he just seems to have even more of kind of an imposing presence.
Yeah, I just say a little bit of experience, playing a whole year, starting a lot of games, playing a lot of minutes. I say he has a lot of experience, and he's able to show it. He knows when he needs to be physical, when to take charges. I just think that comes with, the reps. And, he's showing his IQ and his maturity out there.
You look good out there. Your drive and score to the bucket, both halves have to be looked impressive. What you see out there?
First of all, I appreciate you. I was just trying to attack. That's what my mindset was for the camp, for Summer League, was just trying to play faster, play with pace, and then attack. But with that, comes turnovers. And I had 5 turnovers tonight. So just trying to find a balance of when to attack and when to, like, pull it out and, run. But that was really it, just working on that this whole camp before Summer League.
Yeah.
You all were able to set such a good defensive tone 2 nights ago. Are you all starting to, in real time notice the difference between maybe how you all played at the beginning of that game on Monday compared to the beginning of this game and be able to make those adjustments in real time?
Yeah, for sure. I think we noticed it. At the end of the first quarter, going into the second, we knew we needed to pick up the energy. And as soon as we start picking up the energy, picking up full court, contesting at the rim, I feel like we started rolling on that side of the ball.
How about offensively tonight? You all had great balance on that end of the floor. What did you think of the way that the ball moved and you were able to find guys on cuts and that type of thing?
Yeah, with the way that they run their defense, they load the paint really a lot. And when you move the ball back and forth, you're going to get open looks just by moving the defense. And when we moved it back and forth, we got really good looks.
And what does your summer look like? It just seems like you are already a physical, imposing player. You seem to have added to that just in the last couple months. What's your work been like in that regard?
Just trying to work on my body and work on my physicality. Always get better at something, and the way that I play, I need to be physical out there. I need to be in shape. I need to be able to go out there and play against the guys that are bigger than me. So just trying to work on my body and get better on my three-point shot.
You told me that you kind of fell in love with that part of your job as a freshman at Arkansas. Are there still some things that you think about or do from back at that time that help you get your body to where you want it to be?
Yeah, for sure. It's part of my life. It's my job, and it's something I love doing. I just love seeing transformation. I love getting better every aspect of my game, even if it's not touching the basketball. So just regardless, I fell in love with it, and I just want to keep doing it.
What's it been like for you just being back out there playing alongside Chet?
It's great sharing the floor with Chet, knowing that somebody's down there in the paint is going to swat it. And being out there with him, I know he's getting back in the groove, and you can see how much he can change the game out there. Every time that somebody drives it to the basket, you think he's going to be down there to block the shot, and it's just great being on the court with him.
Yeah, what do you make of just his length, even shots that it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get to or disrupt? He does. Like, what can that do for you guys defensively?
It does a lot. It gives the guards that are driving to the paint or wings or whatever another thing to worry about when they drive to the paint. When there's an easy layup or something like that, it's easier for them to go get a bucket. But when you know there's somebody down there that's 7'1", 7'2", that's willing to jump with whoever that's driving to the basket, there's another worry that you have to have.
the whole bench now is yelling boom after your threes. Is that a new development in this?
Yeah, we kind of started doing it, and it's just a fun thing. It's a fun thing, and I got a little something I'm working on for when season comes on, but a little added to that. But it's a fun thing, and it just shows the chemistry that our team has.
So you don't want to share that now. We'll stay tuned.
Not now. You got to
All right.
wait.
How nice is it to have a guy like Tre Mann that has the ability to create his own bucket and score? But tonight, his drives to the basket, some of them were some impressive moves off the glass, kind of what you see from Shea.
Yeah, Tre's a great basketball player. Everything that he does on the court, he can do anything. He can drive to the basket, hit those shots. He can break a defender down one-on-one. He can run off screen, shoot the ball. He can drive, dunk on somebody, as we saw last game. But Tre is a great player, and when he's out there playing confident, I don't think there's a lot of guys that can stop him.